Hi there, welcome again to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack Show. I am Dr. Jack Beals, chiropractor in Omaha. We're not here trying to give you good medical advice, just trying to give you great information you can easily pull off the internet by yourself. To my left,
Hello everybody, I'm Aaliyah, Dr. Jack's assistant.
and together we make up Dr. Jack Show 2.0.
So last week we talked about dehydration and how it can be a problem through the winter, and we had a few people come to us and want to know about dehydration in kids and things like that. So
And more signs and
we're gonna talk
symptoms.
about
So yes, we came up with another volume of that thing. So dehydration is a huge issue, even in the wintertime. It's just the way it is. And the problem is that you don't realize you're getting dehydrated because in the summertime you feel yourself sweating and so you know that you're losing moisture. And in the wintertime, for the most part, the air is so dry that as soon as you sweat, it evaporates immediately, and so you can't necessarily feel it. And people don't realize that you have to drink as much water in the winter as you do in the summer. You know, even though your activities are curtailed a little bit, whatever, your body is still needing, processing, wanting, using water. And quite frankly, a number of the patients that come in with back pain, we just start getting them to drink water, and they're going to have some reliefs in that. So that's a huge thing there too. Anyway, so here's a couple signs and symptoms that your kids may exhibit if if they are having some dehydration issues.
one for little ones especially is tearless crying. If your baby's crying and not making tears, they're not faking it, they might be a little dehydrated.
The next one is fever. Fever's huge for dehydration. Quite frankly, if your kid gets a fever, I mean, everybody in my practice realizes this, that it's one of the best things in the world. You know, it allows the white blood cells to start working. And in fact, I encourage fevers. And when my kids were sick, you know, I would let their fever get to 102, 103 without a problem, as long as they were drinking water. All right, because that's what we call a wet fever. Their body needs that. And so, you know, the water is not putting it down, it's allowing that to happen. But if you're getting a fever and you are not drinking water, you can't get your kid to drink water, there is something wrong and you need to get that taken care of immediately. Go to the medical or emergency room, go to whatever, because that can be pretty serious. If you have a fever, you need to be drinking water.
And then the next one is not enough wet diapers. In the last video, we talked about how adults should be going 6 to 10 times a day. Your little ones should be going at least that much as well, as far as diapers go. I mean, if they go 8 hours without a wet diaper, that's a problem.
It is, and you know, the kids are not any different than adults. You know that they need water. You know, not as much as us because again, it's based on weight. You know, and everything. But you need to be continually consuming water. And we're going to follow up with just a couple more signs and symptoms for adults that you know you can say, okay, does this apply to you?
First one is dizziness. That kind of goes along a little bit with the headaches. If you stand up and get dizzy spells easily or often, you're probably not drinking enough water. Same thing, you know, even like going up and down in the elevator and stuff like that. Those things shouldn't really make you dizzy.
Next one, blood pressure. Dehydration can either cause too high of blood pressure or too low of blood pressure. So, you know, be aware of that. So if you stand up and you feel faint, it might be that you're not drinking enough water. If you find out that your blood pressure is way too high, make sure that you have enough water consumption before you start getting all crazy about what you can do about it.
And then the last one is dry skin. Your water intake does affect your hair, skin, nails, all of that. So if you're not drinking enough water and you are constantly, you know, using lotions and things like that, that's your body telling you you need more water, more liquid.
Okay, so drinking water is huge important. We talked about it last week. The amount of water that you should be drinking is take your body weight, divide it by 2, that's the number of ounces.
At least the minimum a number of ounces.
Right. Now, the other thing though is that just because you're drinking water doesn't mean your body's actually absorbing it into the cells. If it's just sitting in the interstitial fluid, then it's not really doing you any good or as much good as it should be doing. And so for some people, that's more of a problem. I mean, they seem to be drinking enough water, it's just they're still getting these dehydration symptoms. And so you may need a little bit of help with that. We do happen to have a product called Hydrate 2, which actually helps shift the molecular structure of the water so it can get into the cell membranes a little bit. And basically what you do is you put 5 to 10 drops of this very clear, very non-tasteful liquid in your water, and you won't even realize it's there. And maybe not every glass of water, but just 1 or 2 a day, and it just helps that water get through that barrier and get into the cells. So if you do think you're drinking enough water, or you can't drink any more than you are, and you want to make the best use of what you are drinking, then this product might be a very good help for you too.
Yeah, give us a call, 402-333-4848. Like, share, comment below, and
Stay healthy, Omaha.